Alright, hello everyone, so let's take a look at the market and see what we've got now. Today is Wednesday, right? So I've already posted the hours. Now you can see there's nothing really until New York here. There is one thing. Well, there is something. Okay, let me put it in as well. It's 12:25. Alright, so there's 12:25 too. Keep an eye out for that one. Okay, and that's it. There's something before that which I'm not keen on, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, and there was also 350. Okay, but 350, you were all asleep. Well, I was asleep anyway. Well, I wasn't asleep, but I was in front of the screen. And this is 520. Okay, and that's basically it. Okay, so but these are not like relevant for us right now. Okay, so let's take a look. Yesterday, remember Monday and Tuesday, or like Monday or Tuesday, gold swing day kind of thing, and we had last Thursday. Remember, that worked out fine. And now let me just get rid of this. Okay, this is Tuesday and this is Monday. All right, so Monday the market came down from the highs. Where to? Into our PST level. Okay, into there on Tuesday. Okay, so that's your Tuesday. Now this was a good setup. Why? Because the Astro hour was a bit late, but it's not a problem, because if you've learned technical analysis from me, you would have been on top of your game, and you would have said to yourself, wait a minute, that's a goodbye kiss. And that goodbye kiss is exactly at a trading hour. So you would have dipped into here, plus you would have closed the gap here. Look how many, this is like double confirmation. So I'm filling in a gap. I'm coming for the goodbye kiss. It's a trade hour, and this was your call to salvation, literally. Okay, and then it went to the next swing hour. Now, if you took this and said, I'm going to sell this because it's a high and Tuesday can also be a swing day, and if you sold here, you should have been okay, right? But afterwards, you would have gotten stopped out either after you covered your trade, or you didn't cover it, but maybe you just left it as it is. You would have had a tight stop loss. You would have either gotten stopped out there or right now, and that would have been it. Okay, but you should have said to yourself, wait a minute, market's going up, beautiful triangle, breakout, pull back, then that would have been like, okay, we're going long. Alright, so this is why technical analysis timing work really good. It just makes sense for you. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this now. Okay, now then, now we've got room to go. You can see a PST breakout. That level 62 is on there, and that is 2663. 2663. Well, that's pretty much there. Okay, which is the previous week's high. If we dip back down here, or the daily pivot, you can go back up again. Or you can do the same thing. If the market comes back down into the line, and if it's a trading hour, you can go long. Okay, now this has got room to go further up, and I've got some breakout possibility until 10 past 11. Okay, and then we'll see how things pan out. If it does, as you can see, that weekly level is 81, and I talked about that yesterday, 2,680. Okay, so that's like a natural target that the market can get up there. And on the daily, once it broke out here, that's it. It's like we're going up. Now if you take a look here, we've got 2,679 here, okay, and that's pretty close to that weekly PST, okay, but this has got room to pretty much go up because we've got flag formation going up, right? So you can follow that up at 2,680. Maybe we'll see some kind of a slowdown, but the trend is up, like I've been saying, and I drew these ages ago, so we've got room to kind of like go and push up. So if the market does come back down again, okay, you can go up, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that soon, right? Because this is like pushy, and this is how it can go all the way into New York, actually. All right, so yeah, that's that. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, I said we've got room to come down, and I'm expecting the market to come all the way back down here. So on any pull up, you can like sell down, and that's basically it. Okay, so yeah, I mean, not much to talk about. I said we've got PST levels down here, so it should come down, and it has, as you can see. Right now, if you sold yesterday on the pullbacks, you should have been okay. Let's see, yesterday was Tuesday, right? So it was 11:33 there was. So there was this one, okay? And then, let's see. Okay, would have looked something like this. Okay, so that's the high, okay? That's the manipulation bar where the market came and broke off that level, breaks down this level, pulls back up, breaks down this level as well, comes back up here, sweep stops. But this zone was pretty much the way to go, okay? Then the market falls down, okay, and those are your hours, and this was the target, okay, and we had reason to go down, okay? So this is the situation. So let's refresh this site. Okay, and this must have been a price that I put up there yesterday. Okay, so the market comes up here. If you sold around here, you should have been okay. Now this is 1.0907, okay, and it's gone as high as 1.0916, which is pretty much, what is it, like 9 pips, okay? So not a big deal, okay? Not a big deal at all. Okay, what to do? Still has room to come down. We talked about this. Initially, this is what we're targeting. Now, you know, swing day, the swing day is not happening yet. So there's still time for the swing day. I said you can either wait for the swing day, or you can sell if the market raises its head up and push it down. Okay. Now, because on the weekly, we're already down here. We still have a bit more room to come down, but we're already like starting to, make this move down. Okay. So, still a bit of room to push down. So be mindful, because this is a manipulation bar where the market pushed up before. And on the daily though, right, on the daily, we've got the gap there, so we should kind of push into there. Because we've done the PSTs, if you want to wait for the swing day, you can. Alright, so let's take a look at SP500. Now with the SP500, that's it on the weekly, right? You can see we're right at the tops there. Now with the SP500, okay, we didn't have anything. Well, we don't have a swing day until later on. Okay, so this is pretty much the market breaking out, as you can see on the weekly, which is there. Okay, just to put it onto perspective, it's there. It's not this one, it's the next one. Okay, now it's done the PST levels here. Okay, if I make this a little larger, you'll see that we've done PST levels here. The highest is done. It's 69.80. Okay. And this is 70.28. 5,888. Okay, so 5,888 is just there. Alright, slightly shy of that high. Here somewhere. Okay. Which is fine. I talked about the gaps. Okay. So the market coming down is good. Why? Because we had Wednesday, well, nothing on Thursday, so at Friday up, Monday up, so this range is up, market's pulling back. We should pull back lower. Okay. Your next best buy bet is going to be around here, simply because this is where they broke out. It's where the support is, and there's a bit of a gap here, so it should go below and sweep stuff. Okay, sweep stops, and there's a gap here as well. Alright, so how do you want to play around this one? First of all, this is nice and bearish. Now they've sold at the top there, and on the weekly just shy of that PST level. So where can we get down to? That 68 level is 5822 on the weekly, so let's mark that 5822, which is pretty much there. Alright, 5822 is there. So they've already done that, closed below it, and this is now resistance level. Okay, which is fine. It's good to know those levels so we know where they're coming from. Okay, and that's 5,814. So that's 5,814, which is, you can see it's right where the sandwich zone is there. You see how they're stuck there? Okay, let's make this a little bigger so you guys can see. Alright, so now you know what zone we're in. Let's turn this into a 15-minute chart as usual. And this is what it looks like. Now you see there are gaps there as well. There are gaps at the below as well. So this makes it interesting because now we can go in both directions, right? So if I was to, what am I supposed to do here? Let's take a look at the daily again. Okay. Now we've got this zone here, we've got this zone there. 52 will be a nice support, 5,760, and this is going to be 5,763. So if I do 5,760, that's great because it's right up my alley, and I just said it'll infringe that because there's a gap there which you'll want to fill in, and I bet you if I tighten this up a little bit, that's going to cover that gap. Alright, here we are. This is where the market shot up. Okay, so that's your zone there. If I turn this into a 1 hour chart, on the 1 hour chart you see that's going to be pretty much your gap zone there. Okay, and that's basically where they broke out of. So if I do this, that's going to be the zone. Alright, and your manipulation bar is here. So if I do this, that should also work out for us. And this is the gap included. Good. Alright, so this is going to be our zone. So if we're up somewhere, pushing down is okay into the weekly and this zone, So when we dip down, don't rush into it. let the hours and prices match before you do anything, and then you should be okay. All right, on the daily, this is your goodbye kiss zone. Remember, if it did it on an hourly chart, it can do it on a daily as well. It's not a problem. So let the market come to you. Okay, if it comes down nice and easy, you can go back up again. That was a target I've ascertained before. You can see that's done. That's pretty much the range of that. In fact, if we had taken that, that should be a full range. Yep, it is actually that, just above the full range. So I can get rid of that. Let's just cancel. Let's get rid of that. Okay, this is it, and that's pretty much done. So if we pull back, going back up is logical, and that's your price on the weekly. Do I have a price on the weekly all the way down here? That will be a nice place to get in the game as well. That's 5747. Well, 5747 is right here, as you can see, in that zone. Alright, so now we've got targets. This is going to be your zone, so this is going to be great. Okay, so what you can do is you can get rid of these. Well, I wouldn't get rid of those. We'll keep them because they're daily PST, but this is your daily PST zone. That's your zone here. Okay, let's just double check that again. 52, 5760. 5760 is here. Okay, so then I can leave that off. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. So this is one zone. Okay, this is another zone. Okay, now we can target them as well. So if the market goes up a little bit into the daily pivot, okay, comes up a little bit, selling again is okay. Remember your swing days. Okay, and that's how it is. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now with the Dow Jones as well, we're right on a PST on the daily. Okay, so this is a support level on the 59, 42, 670. 42, 670 for today. Okay, well, it's pretty much there. Alright, and looks like it's had a go at that yesterday. And if you marked in your hours yesterday, let's see. That would have been, I think that would have been it. 120, 1245, 120. 1245 is there. Okay, boom. So market does a quick fall off at 1245. Okay, sudden quick fall, beautiful, and then it's just following through, and that is going to be 215, 240 I think we had, which is 240 is there. Yeah, 240 to 335, and that's your 240, 335 is there. Whoops, is there. Coming nicely down into 445. Okay, we didn't have a 445, 730. Let's see if we have a 730 around here somewhere. 730, there you go, beautiful. 730 falling all the way into 11 o'clock. Nice and easy. Whoops. Pretty much on top of the target there as well. Now, on the weekly, we're right on a good buy kiss, 68. 42674. 42, which is pretty much here. Okay, on the weekly, 42,674 is like, yeah, right on top of it. So I'm not going to draw another line. Maybe I'll do this 4267. I'll just put this in between there somewhere, but it is just too close for comfort anyway. Okay, it's pretty much here. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. So this is a good support level. The market has also swept the previous low. Now what? Now then, on the monthly we've got room to go. On the weekly we're on a good buy kiss. So coming down to go back up is okay. Just want to measure the high of that. 42,358. 42,358. This is one level you got to look out for. Okay, the reason is on the weekly there's a bit of a gap, and that's about it. Alright, on the weekly, and that's fine. 61 is going to be 42,057. 42,057 is going to be a bit down there, okay? But if we get there, you know what we're talking about. Okay, but this is good. So this zone on the daily and the weekly is okay. This is very, very bearish. Okay, so you obviously have to be careful here. If you go long, make sure you cover the trade and so on. Remember, it's not a swing day. If it was a swing day, I'd say, yep, you know what, we're buying. Okay, but I'd be cautious because it is not a swing day. Alright, so the market could keep pushing down until the swing day. Okay, so be smart. Be cautious when you're buying. If you want to sell that on the indices, if you want to sell, you're going to have to wait for the market to come up a little bit and then sell. So don't just sell. If you want to sell with everything, with SP 500, you're going to use your technical analysis, let it pull back, and then push it down. Okay, that's how you can do it. Or it can break down, come up, and then you can sell off, like this one. You know, it's going nice and easy, and then a big fall off, okay? And then a nice pullback into the trading hour, selling off. And if you've learnt from me, you know, there's a few ways to measure this stuff. And it's right in your discount zone. So you got the discount zone, you got the time, okay, you got time, you got price, you're in the discount zone, sell it off. Okay, this is classic situation. If you're following, we've learnt that stuff. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Same kind of thing, no dramas. I told you this is a sell zone. And that's it, bang. Alright, so not much to talk about here. It's a sell zone, it's a tricky place. Like I said, I wouldn't want to buy around here at all because they sold heavy. Okay, they've closed the gap, sold heavy. On a pullback, can you sell? Yeah. Now this looks good because we've got a price. We've got now 20,412. 2,412. 2,412 is up there. Right, so it does, if it does pull up, you got a sell zone in there, okay, which fills in the gap, and that's fine. Your first support is 50, 19,984. 19,984. Okay, that's going to be there. If it breaks that, you're going to have to be careful for 19,838, that red line. 19,838. Okay, so if it breaks, don't stand in front of it. If I turn this into, yeah, you see there's a gap there, a bit of a gap there as well. So, you know, like I said, this could be a nice sell zone opportunity. If it pulls up, you can sell it off. On the weekly, where are we at? We're at 68.85. Low was 59.32. And 59.32, just below the 60. There. Yeah, okay, so looks selling can be an option here. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. And we're going to use this. This is your zone, you see. And you can see they sold pretty much at those hours, I'm thinking. Yeah, 420 we had, right? So as you can see, no, 335, 240, not 420, 335 is on that bar. Okay, as you can see, and then took stops out. Boom, 24.85. Looks like I had that on the radar, and that's basically it. Okay, it touched that level, target zone, and then boom, all the way down into 11. So, you know, pushing up to sell is okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, remember Monday was a swing day, and that's your Monday big day up. Okay, so we're on Wednesday now, so Monday, boom. Okay, remember we had also this day was a swing day, Friday, then we got Saturday, Sunday, pull back, Monday, boom. Okay, now Wednesday, Wednesday's a swing day, and we're right here. So if you want to look for a sell at a PST breakout, don't. Okay, but this could be a reversal spot. Let's tighten up. It's where they sold off before. Okay, this is your manipulation here. It's a sell-off. They've tapped into it before. This is where your stop sweep above that will be, if there is one. What you can do is this. You can say, well, this is a sell zone, I'm going to sell it. Okay, and if you do, I don't blame you, it's fine. Okay, do it at a trading hour and do it on a price level like 70, 74, like here, 70, 74 and 77, right? 67, 590, 69, 300, 71, 60. Okay, so these are going to be your levels to kind of like sell off if you want to do anything. 64 is your first support, which is 66, 187 there. If that breaks, obviously don't stand in front of it. This we no longer need. That is fine. And I talked about the, you know, in between the high and the low here would be like choppy. As you can see, the market really got choppy there. Okay, and is now standing on that line I drew before. Okay, which is fine. So if you do these calculations, then what you can do is you can match your hours to it. You can say, well, wait a minute, we had that price level, so does it match an hour? If it does, you can go in. Okay, and that's basically it. Now look, this has got some gap fill as well here, so this is a big rush up, but still there's room to come down. Okay, so be mindful. It's a big sell-off here, and again, like I said, a sell-off might happen. Okay, so mind your hours. Okay, and if you want to sell again, like I said, I don't mind you doing that. Just might be worthwhile doing it at those levels. Okay, so you're not kind of like blind. If it comes to a spot and it matches your technical analysis level, like the high of yesterday with a stop sweep and so on, go for it. Okay, you can keep your lots small and work out with smaller risk.